Well, a lot of us saw the movie The Secret and really liked it and got into it right away and were able to use it. And then others of us said, gee, this just really doesn't seem to work. I don't understand it. Now, I had a number of coaching clients who were equally on either side of that coin. And for those who really didn't get the law of attraction, I created a little formula. First of all, it's appreciation cubed plus emotion squared plus action. What do I mean by appreciation cubed? Appreciation to the third power. Appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. When you wake up in the morning, and those little thoughts that start creeping into your mind that say, oh no, it's Monday morning. I've got 3 appointments in the next hour and a half. I've got to get going. I don't feel like it. I've got a networking event tonight. I just can't do all of this. Shift. Shift into appreciating. Start with the things around you. I appreciate my bed, my pillow, the roof over my head, how blessed I am to still have a home today when so many do not. Thank goodness for the electricity on my wall that floods my room with light. Thank you for the water in my tap that runs both hot and cold and that also is drinkable. Thank you. Thank you for my wonderful husband. Thank you for my beautiful pets who jump up on the bed and wake me up every morning. Thank you for being able to look out onto beautiful land, gorgeous trees, lovely flowers, the beautiful blooming area of the greater Charlotte region. Thank you for everything. Appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. Just like a pebble dropping in a pond, the little ripples go out and they touch everybody. Now, the second part of the law of turning on the law of attraction is emotion squared. Emotion squared is feeling, and it's feeling how you want something to turn out. We all have feelings about our business or about our jobs, and we want those to be as good as possible. We want to serve people. We want to have a great experience. We want people knocking at our doors rather than our always having to knock at their doors. That is emotion squared. Emotion times emotion. And then there's action. It isn't squared, it isn't cubed, but it is just action. Because the secret of this world is that we need to take far less action. What we really want to do is we want to take inspired action. Inspired action comes from the still small voice inside us. Those little urges and nudges that say, pick up the phone and call so-and-so, email somebody, go somewhere, be at this place at this time. Because it might not be because of somebody that you're going to meet. It might be because of something that you're going to encounter along the way. If you don't take the action when it comes to you, whenever that nudge or urge or idea, that flash of intuition, if you don't take it when it comes to you, then it goes to the next person in line. Wow. So do it now. The other thing that's interesting about action is that you can have absolutely anything you want as long as you don't really want it. It's none of our business how something is supposed to come into action, how it's supposed to manifest. It is only our job to appreciate, to get our energy up, to feel it, and then to follow those urges towards it that take us each step toward it. It is the universe that is in charge, our divine creator, who is moving the chess pieces on the board of life to arrange things to happen for us. Attract people to you who will be asking for your cards, who will be wanting to do business with you. And it will make life and networking much less stressful. So that's another way to become an unconventional networker. The third point that I discovered that I want to share with you is that networking today is not just about striving and struggling and pushing to get business. Instead, It can be about collaborating and creating. Some other very miraculous things can happen when we get together with other people. I'm a pilot. I became a pilot when I was 18 years of age. I grew up with parents who both flew. The story is about the Wright brothers. And does anybody know that the Wright brothers had a sister named Catherine? While Orville and Wilbur were here in North Carolina, down in Kitty Hawk, while they were working on their gliders and hoping to achieve manned flight, Catherine was back in Dayton, Ohio, minding the bicycle shop. And while she was there, she was also keeping track of all of the news in the newspaper and on the radio about all of the different people in the United States and Europe who were trying to create the first airplane. And one day she came upon a story that said that the Western Society of Engineers was going to have a great meeting in Chicago, Illinois. And all of the experimenters and great men of science were going to be there. And she just knew that her brothers had to be there because her goal and her dream was for the Wright family name to go down in history. So she penned a letter to Orville and Wilbur, and she said, "You've got to go to this." And they absolutely refused. They said, "We would lose weeks of work here in Kitty Hawk, and we don't have the money. It's too expensive. And then also, we don't have anything to wear." You thought that just we ladies said that, right? But she insisted. She emptied her bank account. She bought a train ticket. She sent a suit of Orville's clothes for Wilbur to wear. It wasn't a perfect fit, but he went to Chicago, and what he discovered there was very, very powerful. What he discovered was that everybody else there had come up with a different coefficient of lift, and that's the formula of air flowing over the wing and under the wing of the airplane that enables it to get lift and fly. Everybody else there had calculated a different coefficient of lift. And so Wilbur Wright was absolutely sure that he and Orville were wrong. He was both dejected, but also encouraged. Now he had the answer. He went back with great enthusiasm to Kill Devil Hill, and he knew that they were going to be able to work this problem out. The fact of the matter is, of course, that 2 months later, they did achieve manned flight, and they were the first. Because what they discovered was, in repeating all of their experiments, is that everybody else was wrong, and they were right. So that is the story of how collaborating at a meeting hundreds of miles away that Wilbur didn't even want to go to enabled the Wright brothers to create the first man-powered airplane, engine-powered aircraft.